What is going on, everybody? Listen, I am in the bedroom of my mother-in-law. This is sometimes my son's bedroom. Right now, it's my mother-in-law. And so we're going to keep this short, keep it nice, crispy. But I just had to come back and just for a little bit and just say hi to all of you in the chat. And, it's a cozy little group because I didn't really give much of a heads up that we were doing anything today. But I see you out there, Poker Pro Eric, and we got Budavane, and we got Mikey Sorarian and Airplane Mode. Anyway, thank you all for being here. And for those of you who watch it on replay or listen to the podcast, I appreciate you as well. And we got Mac Attack as well. And no, Michael, I am not in bed with my mother-in-law. She is in the living room waiting for me to finish talking about digital NFTs of basketball plays, right? Because that's what we're here to do. We are here to talk about collectibles, digital collectibles. It's like a collectible that's like a digital collectible. What did Magic Johnson say on the Jimmy Kimmel show? Anyhow, hello, all of you. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well. I'd love to hear in the chat what some of your New Year's resolutions were and how you're doing 5 days into that. Did you wanna build a six pack? You wanna go to the gym? I know that's a popular one, right? I'm gonna stop drinking. How many of you are gonna stop drinking? Any other vices that you're stopping? Leave it in the chat. I'd be very curious to hear what your New Year's resolutions are. Stan Love is definitely not going to stop smoking. We know that. Stan Love likes to get on these streams and start smoking himself silly, which probably makes it a little bit more agreeable and entertaining, because otherwise you probably want to X out ASAP. So Mike's New Year's resolution is to only drink. That's a good one. And Poker Pro Eric is not sure what's going on with Stan's pipe. And Poker Pro, there was no heads up because usually I give a little warning, etc. And this time I didn't. But anyway, so what's been happening since the last time we chatted? It's been a solid couple of weeks. Budavane's resolution is to stop buying Top Shot packs. On that note, I fall into that camp as well. I haven't bought packs in quite a while. I was able to resist the urge, even though I thought they did a great job marketing those holiday packs. I thought the website looked great. The emails were great. In theory, it's fun to rip packs and all that, but a couple things. One is the chance of getting something decent, because I'm an old head. I'm an old Top Shot head, right? I'm there to speculate and flip and do that kind of thing. And that's changed. And, this week off too, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, there's a reason why the Tandy Man is one of the last remaining NBA Top Shot shows. I mean, you can go watch Sorarian and Top Shot Talk and JBB actually Jeb, and they'll talk about it for 5 minutes, basically about how supply is completely out of whack. And John Boy Beats did write a tweet about that if you haven't seen that yet. Um, and well, I guess we could share that, but basically it's kind of the same story every week. It's kind of like there is way too much supply for the amount of active users. And also, it was something about how they are measuring the supply, the net neutral thing, right? Well, net neutral this, net neutral that, and it depends when you count, and it's in a big way. It's counting the locked moments, and so unless there's a reason to lock those moments again, well, those things are going to come flooding like a rainstorm after a drought, right? The ground is dry. That happened here. The ground is very dry. Then all of a sudden a rainstorm comes, and you know what happens? Floods the roads. People's houses get destroyed. It's disaster. It's destruction. So unless there's some way that Dapper can somehow give you an awesome reason to continue locking your moments, then a whole lot of moments are going to be on the market in what, July or so, July, August, and you know that is something that makes the calculation of including locked moments very questionable, to say the least. Then there's this other item that John Boy Beach was talking about, which was that they weren't counting, like there's a bunch of Series 3 stuff that was released after the start of Series 4. So depending on when you counted, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, I think, again, it goes back to our old friend in Thailand, Joey Bats, our old friend sweating up in his sweaty Thailand mansion, telling us that net neutral is not what's so important. What's so important is, are there enough people to buy the stuff that you're putting out, right? Are there enough people? And if you look at the marketplace right now, no, there aren't. Although I will say that based on some green on the Own the Moment website, which we can show you for a second, at least there is some positive momentum on Top Shot right now. And I saw another YouTuber, I think his name is Straz, and he puts up these content once in a while, and he thinks it's because people delisted their moments after the new year because they were tax loss harvesting. I wasn't quite sure if I 100% agreed with that, but you can see that at least we're seeing green. I mean, that's like a welcome sight for sore eyes, you know? Even though these big percentage jumps are not a whole lot in dollar amounts, but it's nice to see. Look at that. You're holding on to Hustle and Show. You're up 18% or so, you know, 16% here, 18% there. Rim Shakers. I mean, that's a surprising one. Rim Shakers in a week is up 56%. You know, not bad. And it's nice to see all this green. So the question is, where is this all coming from? Is it all coming from the fact that people want to win those rewards? And in the sense of Rim Shakers, right? Rim Shakers is not a rare set, is it? As far as I know, it's not. No, it's fandom. I don't even know what that gets you. I imagine it just gets you a couple of boosted packs. I mean, that's why I wasn't sure I 100% understood why people were geeking out over locking their sets. But hey, if the community likes it and the community just can't wait to get their hands on those reward packs, and so be it. I'm all for it. I myself am not going nutty in the marketplace, but if other people are, that's awesome. All right, let's catch up with some comments here. Let's see. Poker Pro, net neutral is weird. That's like saying all dead people votes count for Democrats, even though they're dead. I'm not sure where you're going with that, Poker Pro, but you're trying to take it political, and we just won't let that happen. Stan Love is high, he's saying, because the set rewards deadline. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that to me is probably the most logical reason. Weisberg. Let's see what Weisberg has to say. The broader issue I have is to continue to ask users to lock is a bullshit move by Dapper. Okay. I mean, that's the game they're creating, though, Weisberg. I don't know. Anything they can do to sort of help go against the tide of a whole lot of new stuff. I think is a positive. But I agree, people are not so happy to have to burn stuff, to have to lock stuff. But that's the game they've created. And now, like, the genie is out of the bottle. Like, we can't go backwards. So that's what they're trying. CKM. Tandy, what will happen when people can unlock? Well, CKM, when people can unlock, if they're not happy with their experience on the website, you can expect a whole lot of people to start listing those moments. And if there's not enough buying activity, then people are going to be listing those moments for lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And that'll just affect everyone's account values and cause hysteria and panic and anxiety and all those things that we don't enjoy in general in life, right? So Mikey's Sorarian is saying, isn't it just because a bunch of people bought with the 5% rake back and the set rewards? Yeah, exactly. So it's the set rewards deadline. I did forget about that 5% rake back, although I guess you're right, that deadline like just happened. So I can see that people were sort of buying up floors. I can see that argument. All right, let's see. Anything else here? Mac Attack. What if the Great Reset was to make the platform about collectibles and remove the financial mindset? I gotta say, Mac Attack, I think that you are 100% on this regard, but I don't know if it's because of. I don't think it. I don't. I wouldn't go to say that it was like intentionally done. I think it was. I think the Top Shot platform unintentionally became this money makers, paradise. Um, and it got flocks of people to come to the platform for that reason, and that was unintentional. And I think that this Great Reset was kind of unintentional too. I think it was like a reaction to what had happened. Although right now, if you're still in Top Shot and you're thinking with a financial mindset, you're not going to have a very good time. And I think that myself and I know others have also started to say, if this is the way we're supposed to be collecting, then so be it. I guess we got to get rid of our financial expectations and just collect stuff that you enjoy. And I got to admit, I'm starting to think that way too. And it's less fun for me because what attracted to me to this platform in the first place was it being like a marketplace, a stock market of players. And I will say though, we have seen some of that, and that was encouraging to see. Like we saw some Lucas get purchased after he had a great game, things like that. That was cool to see. But I do think that more and more people will start treating this website more like just collecting things you enjoy without taking massive risks and not really speculating much. And that's hard for people like me to really understand because it's taken me like over a year and a half, more than that, to truly get my head around that. And you know, it is what it is, I suppose. But let's see what else. So Stan Love saying Rim Shakers is easy to complete. Okay. And I guess it wasn't super expensive, right? CKM is asking follow-up questions about the locking period. So yeah, CKM, it depends when you locked, but then it's a year and then it unlocks. So Mac Attack, if you remove the mindset of Top Shop as an investment and just go in with a collectible mindset, I think that S4 is working. So right, Mac Attack, if you're just joining today and you have no history of what Top Shot was in the past, and you could just pick up a bunch of players that you enjoy for like $15 total, go join a team Discord for $20, get floor seats to the Grizzlies, because you own a $20 team set, you're winning. I mean, that is the best possible way to win from how Top Shot is like rewarding its user base. I don't hate it at all. I mean, honestly, if I could turn back the clock, obviously that's what I would do currently. I wouldn't have put in a bunch of cash that saw a massive crash. I would have just bought a few things I enjoyed, almost treated them like a sticker book, bought a team that I could somehow have a connection with, and that's it. All right. So Daniel saying, thanks for being a real one. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being a real one and for coming to hang out together. I think that reminds me, let's do a little video clip here because we love the community. This is for you, Daniel.
We love the community.
And then we got Poker Pro saying, who are the buyers after 365 days, though? That is the question. That is the Joey Bats question. That's why net neutrality is not as important as people are making it out to be. Net neutral, I should say. Net neutrality always reminds me of like when the The US government wanted to limit what websites you could visit, but net neutral is not as important as are there buyers to buy what people are trying to sell. It doesn't matter if it's $1 million moment, $1 moments, or if it's $1 million moment, etc. You got to have the buyers in place. If the buyers aren't there, it doesn't matter how net neutral you are. Louis Locks, Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Uh, Louis, what is your New Year's resolution? You're clearly going to continue going to the gym, so I know it's not that. Um, Poker Pro's got his conspiracy theory hat on, saying, let's not forget that Top Shot will basically force people to relock their moments sets when they announced Michael Jordan number 23 rare packs for 2023. And honestly, that's like the trump card, right? That's the ace in the hole. If they can do something like that, then of course everyone will lock up their sets. But what other scenario could they possibly give us that will get everyone to relock again? Because my concern at this point is that the initial frenzy of locking all your moments to be on a leaderboard, it was about that great unknown, and we started speculating again. Oh, what's this going to get me? This is going to get me something cool, right? And then they tell you you're going to get these cool duo moments that you're only going to be able to get from being on this leaderboard. And everyone's like, oh, I want to get a bunch of these cool duo moments. And the duo moments came, but because of greater market issues, obviously the value of those duo moments has dropped a lot, I would think. I haven't checked lately. Now there are going to be other moments that are like defensive moments for each team, and they're going to do little parallel treatment on those moments as well. And the question is, after these experiences, and maybe there'll be a third one as well. I think there's supposed to be a third one as well. However many of these leaderboard rewards there are before the year is up, the question is, will that be enough for most people? And if it isn't, and as the way things are going now, I'd imagine that for a lot of people it isn't, they need some other carrot to dangle. And if that carrot is a Michael Jordan rare pack that you can only get by being on the top leaderboard or something, but I don't know, because that kind of feels like break in case of massive emergency. Will they do that? I really don't know. I would hope not. I hope we wouldn't be in such a spot, right? Um Anyhow, let's see what else. CKM. And welcome, CKM. I haven't seen you before and I like your avatar. So base set series 1 bottom was 15,600 and it's at 18,100 today. Maybe this is the water level. Well, my question to you, CKM, is what bottom are you talking about? When was that the bottom? I would need a little bit of information about that. I can go on the moment and try to figure this out with you guys if that's just riveting stream watching. Let's see, base set S1 base. Here we go. Take a look at it. Here's the S1 base. And let's look at all time. Is that what you want to do? I mean, so you're talking about right here? No, right? I think this is not when it started. So I imagine you're saying the low, which is somewhere around here. So I guess let's do, I don't know, a month. So you're saying right around here seemed to be the low, 15,600, and now it's up. So that was the 21st. I don't know if they had already announced the 5% rake back thing. I'm guessing they must have, which is probably why they started going up. But of course, there also could just be a bottom, and maybe that was it. So it is nice to see that at least we have some positive momentum on the Series 1 set for whatever reason, and because that's what you need. Like I've said this over and over again in the past, and some people don't like this take of mine, but it at the end of the day, these are collectibles, no different than physical collectibles, and we'll talk about that for a moment also. No different from physical collectibles. Of course, there's like the collectible side of it. Ooh, I really like this shiny thing, and it means something to me, and it's the day that the day that my birthday, and I saw that play live, and yada yada yada. Okay, great. There's that side of it, but of course, the speculative side of it is huge, and anyone saying otherwise, in my opinion, is being facetious. And even if they think that's what they think, I still think they're wrong. I think they don't quite understand like how they truly feel, right? And I know that some people really enjoy the social aspect of I'll hold these moments. I don't even care if they go to zero. You know what? I just don't believe that. I think that uh, at the end of the day, there needs to be a balance, and there's speculation no matter what. So there will always be speculation. Okay. Poker Pro saying Tandy is not the right user for this. We need NBA fans and less Tandies on the site. You know what? You might be right, Poker Pro. And I think the way the marketplace is set up right now, it's kind of perfect for that. It's not for speculative people. You can go buy LeBron James right now for like $3. That that is very accessible. So if I'm the minority, and if if this website and this platform can grow and go to the moon because average people who watch the NBA come and flock to this website, hey, I'm all for it. Let me be in the minority. Let me be a little cranky little guy over here streaming once a week to you guys, and let the common Joe public run to this website because they think Top Shot's the next coolest thing and they can buy their favorite players for under $5. I'm all for it, but I still think that there's a speculative angle here. These are collectibles, just like physical trading cards are collectibles and other things are collectibles, watches, whatever you want to say. Jules, thank you for showing up. And let's see what else we got here. So Poker Pro can't help himself. He's gotta give a shout out to the judgy. Sneaky Top Shot is making people relock again for a year. Even had the former attorney locking moments today. So you must be talking about challenges, I suppose. But you mentioned our favorite former attorney. So let's give a little video of him.
So how'd it go? I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was awkward. Fist bump. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Just gonna clip that. It's gonna go viral. Jesus Christ. No, I appreciate it. It was weird.
There you go. We love that video. We love the judgy. Jules saying we definitely need more tannies. We just need anyone. We just need warm human bodies, right? Is that our New Year's resolution? Just to be around more warm human bodies, to feel human touch again. I bet some people in this community could probably use a little bit of human touch. Let's see. Bring back the morning roast and the judge. You know what? I'm all for it. I would like to. I would be all for it. Although lately it's hard. I'm not built like Michael Zakarian. I can't do it every day. I just can't. I got other stuff I got to do. Let's see what else. The former attorney hasn't done a non-super draft stream in 4 months. No updates on where he is for 2 months. Well, actually, Poker Pro, we talked about this, I think, on the last stream, which is that the former attorney, he works for Super Draft, but he's not doing the Top Shot like content on Super Draft anymore. He's not running those simulations. He is now doing props, so prop bets on Super Draft. That's what he's doing. And Jules saying that Judgy found a warm feminine body and left the community instantly. You know what, Jules? I hope you're right. Judgy needed a little bit of that warm human touch. He really did. I sincerely hope you're right. Anyway, so let's touch on a couple more items. This is going to be a quick stream. Got to let the mother-in-law come back in here and go to sleep. I got to get out of here. But anyway, Poker Pro. Oh my goodness, Poker Pro just really wants to know more about the Judgy. But listen, the other thing I wanted to talk about was these physical card events, right? So this is something that we've been talking about for a while now. I mean, ever since we started freaking out just a little bit about what was going on in the Top Shot marketplace, we started saying, what's going on with physical card collectors? Why can't we get more of them on this website? And that feels like a long time ago, because I believe it was. And now we're seeing some tweets, I think it was from the NBA Top Shot account, that was saying like, hey, if you're going to physical card events, let us know. We'll hook you up. We'll give you some packs. And it looks as if they are building giveaway packs at physical card events with they're juicing them. They're filling them full of rookies. And if you looked at Live Token, you could see that the jersey cereal was just pulled of Cade Cunningham. The number one cereal was just pulled of Cade Cunningham. And it was kind of confusing, but they're basically pulling all of these rookies, and some of them quite valuable, like Scotty Barnes and Cade Cunningham and so on and so forth. And they're basically just, it seems like they're creating like juiced up packs to give to people who come to the physical card events. And well, my first question is why weren't we doing this sooner? But I don't want to be a humbug here, and at least they're doing it now. Um, I'm sure there could have been other opportunities to do this. They could have done this at maybe some arenas, etc. If you can go watch the Shark Shot Tank, they also talked about this. John Boy Beats was talking about this, I think, a year ago in Vegas. Like, why aren't we doing more onboarding? So those are questions that could be asked and deserve an answer, but at least it's happening. I don't know what kind of like explosive growth will happen from some car shows, but I've been asking for this kind of thing for a while. Back to that kiosk idea, massive footprint at card shows would be super cool, but it is what it is for now. All right. So Weisberg is saying they're not going to use jersey serials or number ones in those packs. They will include 4K rookies. All right. So I don't really know the details about those packs, and Poker Pro doesn't trust Top Shot. All right. Well, is there anything else? Because I know there's gonna be a pretty short one. If you guys got anything else you want to talk about in the chat, we're at 30 minutes. I don't want to take up this room for too much longer, but I suppose one other item that's worth discussing is this thing about candy. So as you know, candy came up after NBA Top Shot. They started doing their baseball NFTs. They did like a Mickey Mantle statue NFT. I remember that was like in the heyday of NFTs, and those sold for a lot of money. I personally haven't been very active in Candyland, let's call it. And it seems as though things are not going so well for Candy because Fanatics is divesting its 60% stake. And I thought what was funny here, well, not funny, but someone sent in a DM. I think Pack Drip showed me in a DM that like they just took a nice little pot shot at Dapper Labs in here for like no good reason. You ever seen that clip of 50 Cent? It's like a meme video of him. He's going like, "What? Why you saying F me for?" That's kind of how Dapper Labs probably felt looking at this news item here. But 60% stake taken out of Candy Digital, so that's not exactly something you love to see. But it's good to be educated, right? That's what's going on. Maybe that's somehow good for Top Shot. I don't know. Can we twist it that way? Can we twist it and say that it's a good thing? Is Candy going to be okay? Are any of you guys using Candy? You buying those Candy baseball packs? Getting that Aaron Judge historic home run? I don't know. I'm personally not. People want a little bit of Trumpy. Is Martin 23 Kings in here? I don't think he is. I don't know. Should we get some Trumpy? I don't even know. We can close it out with some Trumpy. I'm not even sure what you guys want to talk about for Trumpy. You think Trumpy might have something to say about Candy, or what do you think Trumpy would talk about if he was here right now? I'm not even sure. Let's see. Martin 23 Kings kept blowing up my phone yesterday, invited me to the Sacramento Kings game, but was unable to attend. You could have hung out with Martin 23 Kings and you turned that down? What the heck? What are you doing, man? You know what we could actually do also? We could look at the standings, because the Celtics, my Celtics, they have been confusing the hell out of me. They have been playing very poorly. So Stan is saying after a big old thick bong rip, let's see what Stan is saying over here. Because this is actually, Stan, this is actually a little bit interesting, and I thank you for sharing it with me, Stan. In the news story, Fanatics said they no longer believe in NFT success. So sad. I guess they should have invested in Trump NFTs, shouldn't they, Stan? And by the way, I love those palm trees. They look a lot like the palm trees I look at when I'm sitting on my golden throne eating a cheeseburger at the Mar-a-lago. So the Fanatics said they no longer believe in the NFT's success without being tied to physical items. LOL. They gave up. So sad. So sad. So sad. CKM? Creepy?
You know what, CKM? Just embrace it like a warm hug, okay? Daddy Trumpy's here, CKM. Don't be scared. I'll tuck you in. Don't be scared, CKM. We like to say things, CKM. We like to say things that are creepy and not so creepy, but I think tucking you in would be a great joy of mine. You can call me Daddy. Papa Trumpy. Okay. Anyhow, we're talking about candy. So sad. They didn't do the Trump NFTs. Trump NFTs, big success. Big success. I tell a lot of people, NFT bull run coming back because thanks to me. Many people don't realize that, but I released those Trump NFTs and boy, are they beautiful. And now the NFT market skyrocketing, folks, skyrocketing to the heavens like Trump Airlines. Let's see, what were we talking about? Martin 23 Kings, thank you. I'm so glad you're here, Martin. I'll tuck you in as well. We can have a sleepover. I have plenty of sleeping bags. We'll tell Milani that she can have her night out with her boyfriend. One of many, one of many boyfriends. And you and CKM, you can both lie on the ground in very comfortable Trump sleeping bags, the softest, most beautiful Trump sleeping bags. And you could just go to sleep. And I'll sing you a little song. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little Martin and CKM. Daddy Trump is going to go to the bathroom again. He's got reflux and indigestion issues. Not nice. Not nice. Okay. Anyways, I got lost. I don't even remember what I was trying to talk about here. I think we were talking about candy. Very sad. All right, that's for Mike Weisberg to leave. Don't leave, Mike. Please don't leave.
All right. See, this is we got Mike and we got Bleezy. When we do those impressions, they get incredibly upset, incredibly upset. And I'm sorry, but you can't. You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And in this case, Mike and Bleezy are my eggs. And if anyone else is not happy about the impressions, you will be added to my egg basket, my basket of eggs. I will crack those eggs to make an omelet. So anyway, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Let's just take a look. My Weisberg throwing shots at Ben. That's true. I'll say something. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys for a minute. Uh, it's not easy. It's not easy to put content out every week, especially about NBA Top Shot, because honestly, there's just not that much to talk about every week. We can talk about a Jose Alvarado challenge if you'd like to. I just don't find that incredibly interesting to do it, you know? And if things were good, that would also be okay if they just found their groove, and maybe they are finding their groove. I mean, things are at least trending in the correct direction right now, right? So yeah, I'd love for that to continue. But even then, what would we talk about? Hey, let's talk about the Jose Alvarado cheat code, right? I don't know. Hey, there's Patrick, aka Cameron Quinlan. Hello, my friend. That's true. We got the Miami tour happening. The player has not been announced yet.
But you know what? I could show up. I could show up, Stan Loves. I could show up. Would you like that? We got a number 45. We'll put it on one of those beautiful, beautiful big displays that they've been using. Only this one will be even bigger and more beautiful because I'll be on it. And I'll sit there and we can talk about basketball. I almost owned a team. I want to own a WNBA team, but they all have to all be very beautiful women. I would love to do that. Yes, I would.
Yeah, exactly. So the Trump could definitely show up to that Miami event, but that event is happening on Monday. On this weekend. I'm sure many people will go to it, and I'm sure it's going to be very similar to the previous events. And you'll probably have some. If we had to guess, who do you think is going to show up? Could it be Chris Bosh? I feel like Chris Bosh is a decent guess, although that obviously will not be a Top Shot debut. Will it be like Mario Ellie? Who will it be? I don't know. But they're sort of in their groove of these events, and I think they're perfectly fine. People enjoy them, and I don't know. We could talk to someone after the fact and ask what flavor donuts they ate. Like they're doing good stuff in that regard, But what are we all here to talk about though? We're here to talk about, I think, like speculating. Because if you look at So Rare for a minute, right? What do people talk about in the So Rare world? They talk about here's how to build your lineup. We're going to speculate which players are going to have awesome games and are going to help you build a lineup and score way more points than they currently cost or their current point value. And you're speculating. And in some sense, if you buy those players and they do really well, you could sell them the next week and make some money, right? Or you could get your limited cards on So Rare and sell them for a profit as well. So, you know, so much about this whole space is speculation. And I think that it's silly to think otherwise. Right? Okay. All right, Poker Pro. Just copy link and talk about it for 2 minutes. I'll send a moment for a giveaway. Which link are you talking about, Poker Pro? I'm not sure what link you're talking about, but yeah, my username is Sapo Verdi. Mario Chalmers, I think that's a great guess. Kwame Brown debut. Was Kwame Brown on the Heat? I don't think he was, right? I don't think he was on the Heat. He's on like every other team, but I don't think he was on the Heat. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to look at the standings. Why don't we look at the NBA standings for a quick minute and just see what's going on in the NBA? Because, gotta say, the NBA is just wild this year. Everyone was like crowning the Celtics the champions, and all of a sudden you got Mitchell scoring 71 points. You got LeBron James leading in votes, which shows you that voting means nothing. I just can't, like, 71 points. That's a lot of points, guys. Whoa, a lot of points. And if we take a look at the standings, I looked at these standings yesterday. You know who's playing very well is Jason Metz's Brooklyn Nets. Gotta say. So even though the Celtics have been playing just head-scratchingly bad lately, and I think they got blown out by the Oklahoma City Thunder the other night with no Shea, right? They got absolutely blown out. And they're still over there, number one, but Giannis and company are sniffing. They're right there. They're coming. They're coming for you. Anyway, but the Brooklyn Nets in the last 10, 9-1. Formidable opponents. Brooklyn Nets. Sixers. A lot of people were writing them off in the beginning of the season. They are now sitting pretty at number 5 at 8-2. And your New York Knicks are in the 6th seed. So some surprising stuff happening. I think the Cavs have a really good shot, though, of making a strong push in the playoffs, got to say, especially after that Mitchell performance. They got to be the sweetheart pick of the moment. And a surprising one to me, the Raptors over there at number 12. That's pretty surprising. The Hornets are trying to lead the way. The Hornets and the Detroit Pistons for the Wembanyama sweepstakes. And in the West, you got the overachieving Nuggets of the regular season, right? They're doing fantastically, but can they keep it up in the playoffs? That's the question that everyone wants to know. But again, and the Mavericks, another team, right? Another team that everyone likes to laugh at. Oh, they'll never do anything in the playoffs. They just got Luka and a bunch of guys they picked up in a Home Depot parking lot and put them in the back of their truck and drove them to the game. That's how people talk about the Mavericks. But they are 8-2, and they have won 7 in a row. Are they for real? I don't know. But it's very top-heavy here in the West. 1 through 4 with a 2.5 game difference from 4 to 1. And Martin 23 Kings and Poker Pro Eric Kings are still sitting pretty as well. I'd love to see them make a run. I'd love to see them light that beam. I think that would be good for the league. And hopefully the refs can call a game in their favor after what they did with the Laker game that we all remember. And on those Lakers, that was my prediction that they will be in the play-in game. And currently they're sitting in that spot. Anthony Davis is out. Can they keep it up? We saw Dennis Schroeder win a game for them the other day. That was pretty surprising. So it's pretty hard to predict the NBA this year. And I'm saying that especially as a Celtics fan. Okay, let's see what else we got. Got to call it a night pretty soon. I'm gonna check my DM. Poker Pro Eric just sent me a DM. Let's see. All right, what are you trying to make me show here, Poker Pro Eric? There's a Michael Vick NFT collection, and you could win the opportunity to play golf with Michael Vick. What do you want me to talk about that? Is that exciting? Do you guys like that idea? You wanna play golf with Michael Vick? I think they should lean into it and say, go to a dog park with Michael Vick. Go to a dog adoption service with Michael Vick. All right. What do I think about Noah Vonleh getting traded? You know who should answer that question, honestly? Mikey Weisberg, if he's still in that chat. Mike, what do you think? Let's see what else we got. Pack trip. Trump is gone. Weisberg was getting too upset. Light that beam. What happened in the Laker game? No LeBron, no Anthony Davis, no problem. That's what happened. Poker Pro is talking about Trump NFTs exciting. Just show the NFTs. I sent the moment for my 2 minutes. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't even know you sent the moment. I'm trying to do too many things at once here, Poker Pro, but for you, anything for you. You know, you're a loyal listener. You're here all the time. Here you go. This one's for Poker Pro Eric. This is it, fellow boys and girls. This is the Michael Vick Sports Icon NFT collection. So let's see. What are we looking at here? It says Channel 1, I think. Channel 1. Own the journey through a series of limited edition NFTs. We got different channels, and these are different drops that are happening. And if you own the full collection, you could win the opportunity to play golf with Michael Vick. So there you go. If you guys are interested, at Sports Icon. There you go. That's Poker Pro's NFT that he wanted to show up. All right, guys, I'm getting DMs from my wife saying, wrap this shit up. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. Yeah, that's all I got. It's a short one. Short and sweet. We got some Trump in there. That was my favorite part. You know, we have to evolve this stream a little bit because we can't just talk about supply issues for the rest of my life, every week of my life. You know what I mean? It's gonna get tired fast. So if we got to talk about Trump NFTs, if we got to do a little Trump face and Weisberg runs away from it and B. Bleasy pukes on his shoes, so be it. Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Martin 23 Kings likes it. CKM likes it. They both like getting tucked into their sleeping bags at night by Papa Trumpy. And that's what matters, guys. Right? We gotta do things for all different types of people, all different types of listeners. So I gotta stop because I gotta let my mother-in-law back in this room. But we are in beta.
Beta.
And we'll do the giveaway next week that Poker Pro Eric sent me. And I think that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And I think we'll do this next week as well. I think it'll be less stressed. Could do a little longer next week, I think. Got the whole Brazilian family visiting, so that's what's going on right now. But I appreciate you all, and thank you for listening. And until the next time.
Static Selector.